The victims of the Orlando shooting were on the minds of hundreds at Lexington's Pride Festival.
We need to love each other, we need to come together, we need to help each other.
How they're remembering those victims.
There's still areas we haven't gotten to.
High waters in West Virginia are starting to recede, but the death toll from the flooding continues to rise. A 2-year-old ordinance in Boyle County is just now causing some controversy. Why people are protesting outside City Hall.
This is WKYT News at 6.
A memorial to replace a nightclub. You're watching WKYT. I'm Kristen Kennedy. City leaders in Orlando, Florida want to create a permanent memorial for the 49 people killed 2 weeks ago. The Orange County Regional History Center will collect and preserve letters, signs, and other items left at makeshift memorials around the city. They have not yet announced the location for the permanent city memorial. The owner of the nightclub where the shooting happened has already said she will rebuild Pulse as a tribute to the victims. Communities across the nation are finding ways to honor the shooting victims. Here in Lexington, organizers of today's Pride Festival honored the 49 killed. WKYT's Sabira Rayford shows us how they remembered the victims in our top story at 6.
It's not just a dance party or a concert. For the people here at the Lexington Pride Festival, it's their chance to march to their own beat.
Because it's one of the only day of the year that I can just come out in front of everybody. I can be who I am. I don't have to worry about who's looking at me or who's watching me.
Hundreds of people flocked to the downtown courthouse plaza. And after the tragedy in Orlando, the people here shined as bright as the colors of this flag.
All we can do is not let hatred and fear rule us. So we're here in presence and at Pride today to make sure that people know we're not afraid and that we will continue to be who we are, and we will be open about that.
Elaine Foy is helping to raise money for the victims of the shooting. She says today was about pride and celebrating the people who lost their lives in Orlando. 1 through 49 to show that they won't be forgotten.
I cried a lot. Nobody should have to go through that. Nobody should have to deal with that.
For some people, it was their first year at the festival, but they wanted to come out and support the community now more than ever.
I had a lot of friends from high school, and I went to high school in the 70s that met their partners at Pulse nightclub in Orlando, and just seeing them posting things online was really sad.
We're all people. We're all people. We need to love each other. We need to come together. We need to help each other.
In Lexington, Sabira Rayford, WKYT.
Cincinnati also held a Pride Festival today. Friends and family said goodbye today to one of the Orlando shooting victims who spent part of his childhood in central Kentucky. 29-year-old Daryl Burt's funeral was this afternoon in Virginia. He spent several years in Scott County. People in Georgetown honored Burt last weekend at a vigil. Lexington police have identified the man shot and killed overnight in a parking lot. Police found 36-year-old Robert Warner at Continental Square Apartments. They haven't arrested anyone for his death, but police believe someone on a motorcycle drove off shortly after the shooting. Officers think Warner was also on a motorcycle. And in Scott County, the coroner has now identified the man killed in yesterday's crash. Police say the driver of a blue Highlander was trying to turn onto Timberland Way from Cherry Blossom Way when he hit a Tahoe. We're told the driver of the Tahoe lost control, crossed the median, and hit a semi head-on. The coroner says the driver of the Tahoe was 24-year-old Alex Robb. He died at the hospital. No one else was injured. Deputies in Laurel County are investigating a deadly ATV crash. The coroner says 36-year-old Kermit Sizemore died on Reuben Ridge Road around 3:20 this afternoon. The coroner believes that drugs and alcohol may have played a role in that crash. A cemetery ordinance is causing a controversy in Boyle County. In 2014, Junction City passed an ordinance saying no items other than headstones will be allowed at the Junction City Cemetery. Relatives of people buried there say the city just started enforcing that ordinance. WKYT's Mike Byer talked to a group of protesters outside City Hall.
That is maintenance free all day long.
Turner Probst Jr. takes great pride in decorating his father's gravesite something he now has to put on hold.
They just made us tear it all to pieces, and it's not good.
Probst isn't the only one upset with the Junction City Cemetery. Jamaica Watham says that seeing items removed by city workers is painful to see.
They took my daddy's stuff off, which really tore me up. But then I saw that they took the flags off of my Uncle Charlie, and my Uncle Charlie's a Vietnam vet. They took his flag off, which was like this one, and they broke it in half and threw it on the back of a wagon.
A wagon currently sitting behind City Hall filled with angels, paving stones, and other mementos from the cemetery.
You want a flower?
A city ordinance passed in 2014 says no items other than headstones will be allowed in the cemetery. However, some say that ordinance hasn't been enforced until recently.
The signs has never been put up until the last 2 weeks.
This has left many people upset, like this group, which was organized by Haley Lamb, whose grandfather is buried in the cemetery.
There has been a tremendous turnout today, and I'm very proud of that. We just want justice for Junction City Cemetery.
Lamb says the strange part about this is workers have only been removing items from some of the grave sites, but she says the problem goes beyond that.
There's been horseback riding, dog walking, tombs have been broken, tombs have been set on by the workers.
After the cemetery, many gathered in front of City Hall to voice their opinion.
Junction, stand up for Junction!
They held signs high in the air and chanted in unison, creating a powerful message. A message Lamb says city leaders should listen to. In Junction City, Mike Byer, WKYT.
And Junction City Mayor Jim Douglas said he can't comment on the removal of the items other than to say that the ordinance is very clear. 23 people have died in flooding in 4 West Virginia counties. There are still others who are missing. Tens of thousands are still without power, and people there are just beginning a lengthy cleanup. CBS's Wendy Gillette talks to survivors.
Police and fire crews are going door to door looking for survivors after floods roared through Greenbrier County, West Virginia. Water has overtaken many roads. Dozens of streets are closed. The floods began Thursday following heavy rains, at least 9 inches in some areas.
Right here.
Steve Lamontagne is back at his aunt's home to pick up her very frightened pets. Thursday night, he saw some of the victims as he helped rescue his relatives and their neighbors.
There was a elderly lady in one of the houses that was holding her husband up. She, 118 pounds, soaking wet, and she was holding her husband up out of the water. And he was deceased.
Do you have a carpet cleaner?
Survivors are literally beginning to pick up the pieces of their devastated homes. At least 100 houses were damaged or destroyed.
We never thought it would be this bad.
The floods are starting to recede, but the memories will be long to fade. The high waters here killed more people than all of those who died from tornadoes or lightning strikes across the entire country this year. Wendy Gillette for CBS News.
The National Guard and FEMA are helping with cleanup. Organizers of July's pro golf event, the Greenbrier Classic, decided to cancel it because of flooding. It is a hot weekend in the Bluegrass. Temperatures hit the 90s today and felt even hotter with the humidity. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell is tracking even more heat tomorrow.
Yeah, we could likely end up in the mid-90s tomorrow and throw in even more humidity. But tomorrow might bring a few showers and some thunderstorms. Generally, we're dry throughout the entire area here today, other than the fact that the humidity is in the air. We're not talking about any rain. You can see all these locations from Lexington to Jackson to Jenkins, all look very similar. Mix of sun and clouds at this point. A little haze off in the distance as well. Why? Because we've got the humidity increasing. It's 88 degrees right now in Lexington. More 88s are showing up. Somerset, London, Middlesboro, Mount Sterling, Moorhead, Frankfort. You get the general idea. It is pretty hot out there. Steamy conditions as well. Here's what our Defender radar network looks like. We do have a complex of showers and thunderstorms pressing through far western sections of Kentucky. You can see that barely off on the left-hand side of your screen. That's the only energy we have today. Tomorrow might be a little bit different with more widespread chances coming your way. I will track all of it with the hour-by-hour forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
The risk of heat-related illnesses rises with the temperatures. Health experts say the extra moisture in the air can often be a problem. They say both children and the elderly are at greatest risk for dehydration and heat-related illnesses.
Hydration is everything. sweating is probably our most efficient way of dissipating heat, and we all do it. And the issue is if you're not hydrated, you don't have those fluids necessary to sweat and to dissipate heat.
Doctors say heat-related illnesses can cause permanent damage, even death. Still to come on WKYT, people in Richmond found a way to beat the heat and help a teen fighting cancer.
Faith and politics. Like many places, the two are intertwined in Kentucky.
There's nobody hated more in this nation than Christians.
Why evangelicals feel under attack in a divided America. Monday at 6 on WKYT.
T-Rat's 70th anniversary sale ends Tuesday. Get this LG front control washer, $549. LG black stainless 4-door dispenser refrigerator, $17.99. 18 months, 0 interest on TVs and appliances. Hurry!
Nobody beats T-Rats.
Hey guys, lunch is here. It's on me, fellas.
With the Chase mobile app, Steph and Curry can send money to more people in less time.
Thanks, Steph. No problem.
Even to friends at a growing number of other banks.
You ready to go? Come on, fellas, let's go.
Easy to use Chase technology for whatever you're trying to master.
Our new edition is open, and we're celebrating with huge savings this month on our entire new and used lineup. Plus, get our lifetime powertrain guarantee at no extra charge. Browse over 1,000 vehicles on dancummins.com and drive to Paris for your Dan Cummins deal.
Everything grown on Jonathan Lawler's farm goes to feed those in need.
We saw a need, and we realized that, we could do something.
John Lawler here, you're our hero for helping those that can't help themselves.
Thank you.
Made in small batches using family farm fresh dairy, our concrete mixer is the hero's welcome.
Our goal is to raise 500,000 pounds of produce to distribute to food banks here in central Indiana.
Here's to the Lawlers.
It's not too late to save 50 to 70% off name brand furniture at Suff's Furniture and Oriental Rugs as part of the estate sale of Albert Sandy Suffaletta continues. All of our inventory in Georgetown must be sold at great savings before this location is sold. And you can save at both the Georgetown and Nicholasville locations. Plus, every night, both stores will be restocked from our warehouses until everything is sold. Our Georgetown store will be sold, and we will continue to serve you at Suff's on Nicholasville Road. Hurry in for the best selection of fine furniture at Suff's estate inventory sale.
Celebrate your independence from high prices with huge savings during the Great American Sales Event at Paul Miller.
It's a great time to learn why people love buying from Paul Miller Ford.
I certainly would buy from Paul Miller again. In fact, if I ever buy again, I'm coming right back here.
With hundreds of vehicles, award-winning service, and great prices, there's never been a better time to buy and buy again at Paul Miller Ford. Point, click, drive at paulmillerford.com.
When severe storms roll in, we go to work to keep you and your family safe with continuous coverage on air, on WKYT.com, and wherever you are with our news and weather apps. First Alert Severe Weather Days, only on WKYT.
T-Rat's 70th anniversary sale ends Tuesday. Get this Beauty Rest sofa, an extreme value at $7.99. Plus, get the matching love seat free. LG 58-inch 4K Ultra HD TV, just $9.99. Hurry!
Nobody beats T-Rats.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Boy, the heat really took it up a notch out there today. We got into the mid and upper 80s yesterday. A lot of folks into the low 90s and upper 80s again out there today. Right now in Lexington, though, we come in with an 88-degree reading with a feels-like temperature of an 89. Now, winds coming out of the east. Calm, so you're talking just maybe 1-2 miles per hour, not a big deal. Let's look at the forecast breakdown through the rest of the evening and into the day tomorrow. We start tracking chances of some showers and some thunderstorms, and more heat will also be rolling into the area. That and this, more humidity as we move forward here into Sunday and Monday. We get to that tropical level here, which means it's going to be very uncomfortable if you're exposed to it for an extended period of time. Then we get into Tuesday, though. Notice it starts to back off a little bit. We might have a few decent days into next week where we're in the low and mid 80s with lower humidity levels around here, and that could be the beginning of it there as we get into Tuesday. It's all about what a front will do with us here, one that might try to set up and hang out. Temperatures across Kentucky, 88, very very common number. From Somerset to Lexington to Mount Sterling to Moorhead's all over the place, and a little less heat showing up in eastern Kentucky. But you factor in the humidity and it bumps us up at least a degree or two in many locations. Tomorrow's going to be the bigger push for humidity. This is our hour-by-hour heat index, and check out what it suggests we see tomorrow. That's triple digits in some cases. That's what it's going to feel like outside. While a lot of us are in the mid-90s for actual air temperatures, we could be close to 100 with a feels-like temperature tomorrow, very close to this same time period. Defender radar network quiet across central Kentucky. We have been tracking some showers and thunderstorms off to our west. There you see some of them passing through Paducah. Cooling things off, though. They're in the 70s out there right now. But it came with a price, came with that rain. It was right along this boundary as well. It's kind of lifting through the area and will push more moisture into Kentucky for Sunday. So that's why our humidity levels go up, and that's why we also track more scattered showers and thunderstorms into town. There's a front, cold front, that will sweep in as well late Sunday night going into Monday, and that might ignite maybe a stronger thunderstorm or two as we start the new work week. Here's our 7-day forecast. Breaks everything down for you. The heat and maybe a little break from it as well going into Wednesday, Thursday, and also into your Friday there with a low mid-80s. Very comfortable place to be, especially when you're coming off of a weekend, especially tomorrow, that might have triple-digit heat index values. It's worth it, right, to get to that point?
Yes, it is. If that humidity could just go down a little bit.
Just a little bit. That's where we're going.
People in Richmond found a way to cool off today. Church members, business owners, and police officers held a car wash to help a teen battling cancer. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain talked to the owner of the Richmond Car and Truck Center.
This may look just like a car wash, but it's more than that to the people of Richmond, Kentucky. It's a way to bring hope and support to one of their own.
Madison County teen Hunter Sheen was diagnosed with leukemia in October of 2013. His cancer has gone into remission once, but came back. And through the struggles of cancer, Hunter and his family have also had to deal with the financial burden it brings. That's where the Richmond Police Department steps in. Sergeant Kathy Eves met Hunter on a medical assist, and that's when she knew she had to help. Sergeant Eves and the police department decided to put on today's car wash. Police officers, Eastside Community Church members, and even EKU football players are helping today. All of today's proceeds will go to Sheen's family in hopes to provide them with extra support.
I think it's really neat when the world just stops a second to celebrate somebody's life and to help and to give a hand, and it reminds us of who we are as people. And it's just neat to see people helping people out.
So if you can't make today's car wash, that's okay. You can purchase this t-shirt and that will help Hunter's family. The t-shirt, Nuke the Luke, Fight for Hunter. All proceeds will go to Hunter's family. In Richmond, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Today, organizers raised more than $5,000. Lee K. Howard's back from covering the draft in Brooklyn.
It was an exciting time for all the guys who were drafted. We will hear from Tyler Eulis, who joined several former Wildcats in Phoenix. And a former UK Slugger is set to make his Major League debut tonight. We'll hear from A.J. Reed next in sports.
Get the credit approval you deserve at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Nicholasville. If you have a job and $199, you can be approved today. During the Drive and Discover event 2016, Jeep Cherokee's $199 a month. Visit BigMSuperstore.com.
This new Rallies and Checkers strawberry smoothie is perfect for air conditioning my insides. That's heat-busting goodness for a super chill price. Introducing fruit and cream smoothies and Kool-Aid slushies. Rallies and Checkers. Fast foodies know the deal.
You've wished upon it all year, and now it's finally here. The Mercedes-Benz Summer Event is back, with incredible offers on the Mercedes-Benz you've always longed for. But hurry, these shooting stars fly by fast. Lease the C300 for $349 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Discover Summer will make this summer fun, active, and educational. Pick up your map to adventure at any Lexington Public Library location. Earn points by attending a library program or trying a new library service. Find a complete list of how to earn points at lexpublib.org/discoversummer. Complete your map to adventure by earning 100 points before July 31st and turn in your completed map at any library location to earn a prize and enter for even bigger prizes.
The Glenn dealerships in Nicholasville, Glenn Ford, Glenn Mitsubishi, and Glenn Hyundai of Nicholasville need to eliminate the recently hail-damaged vehicles in inventory. Many of these vehicles have up to $4,000 in hail damage savings. Small scratches, dings, and dents have forced us to reduce the prices on these vehicles. You will save thousands, and these small cosmetic defects can be easily repaired. These vehicles are limited and are first come, first served. Get to any of the Glenn dealerships in Nicholasville, Ford, Mitsubishi, or Hyundai today for this rare event.
Medical malpractice is the third leading cause of death in America, and more shocking is that the same doctors commit the same malpractice over and over again. Birth defects, brain damage, cerebral palsy, cancer misdiagnosis, and yes, even death. Doctors and hospitals have insurance to protect you when mistakes are made. Don't wait to pursue your claim. Time can run out. A lifetime is a long time. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Kentucky mornings start here. Breaking and overnight news, weather to plan your day, plus traffic you can take with you. Make WKYT This Morning part of your Kentucky morning. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 on WKYT.
Save thousands at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Nicholasville, where you get 25% off MSRP on all the remaining new 2015s in stock. That's up to $14,000 off MSRP. Make the short drive to Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram today.
When former UK slugger A.J. Reed plays his first game for the first base for the Houston Astros, he'll become the major's youngest at that position. He's just 23 years old. Now, he won't play first base tonight, but Reed will make his much anticipated major league debut as the Astros DH, batting sixth in Kansas City. Reed got the call up last night from AAA Fresno. Reed is considered by most as the best first base prospect in all of the minor leagues.
Just excited. This is something that you want to do for your whole life, and for it to be here, it's exciting for me and for my family and friends and everybody kind of associated with it. So just go out and play well and be confident. You obviously need to prove that you belong, but at the same time, don't put too much pressure on yourself. I'm just another guy here who's going to help the team win and just try to have as much fun as possible.
Pitching is the top priority with new UK baseball coach Nick Mingione, and today we learn he's hired his first assistant coach, Jim Bellinger, as his pitching coach. Bellinger was a pitching coach and associate head coach at Maryland the past 3 seasons, where he developed pitching talent that broke the records and were high draft picks. In 2015, his Terps staff broke the all-time Big Ten strikeout mark. The former Louisville Cardinal has watched as 10 of his pitchers have been drafted in the past 4 years. Maryland has played in 2 super regionals in the past 3 seasons. Tyler Eulis's patience paid off Thursday night. Eulis fell 4 picks out of the first round, but he ended up in Phoenix alongside 4 other former Kentucky guards, including his best friend Devin Booker. On Friday, Eulis was in Phoenix alongside the Suns' 2 first-round selections for an introductory press conference. Tyler's mom, his agent, and Booker were in attendance. He said that he was happy with the way that draft night worked out.
It's like just a dream come true. Not being in New York gave me a chance to spend time with my family and see everyone's reaction, which was really funny. Everyone crying, hugging me. My mom always choking me to death, but I think my mom's the most excited. Me and Devin were pretty happy, but the joy she showed was, happy for me to see. Even though, we were all upset that I slid into the second round. It was just a great feeling to come here because it's a team I did want to play for since last year, like I said. But, she was really happy. It's something we've been, fighting for all our life, and, it finally happened.
That's pretty neat to see. Meanwhile, the official unveiling of the new Commonwealth Stadium came last season, but today a select group of UK fans got to go behind the scenes and see the renovations. Nearly 900 season ticket holders were on hand to tour the stadium and see the $120 million upgrade. Fans were treated to a tour of the press box, the recruiting room, and other areas that are new. Players were on hand as well to help provide insight into what goes on during game days.
They come and support us every Saturday. They're here for every catwalk, every game. Why not give a little bit of time out of our day to come thank them for what they've done for us? For one, to see the new facilities, hands-on. You know, a lot of people will never get to see the press box. I never seen it until I did the tour. To see that, to try the new foods, you know, to look forward to the season.
I just hope they get an understanding of what the big picture of what we're trying to do and how it impacts every little piece of what they do and their investment in our program, how it impacts our ability to compete and recruit, and what it does for our young people.
The 36th annual Children's Charity Golf event going on this week, culminating in the golf tournament yesterday and today out of Greenbrier and Andover courses. This year, $567,000 were raised for charities in Central Kentucky, bringing the 36-year total to $13 million.
Well, Doug Flynn and Johnny Bench are close friends of mine, and we always try to support each other, but bottom line, the cause. You can't beat this. Like, this is probably one of the best causes in America that you could go for. Helping kids and getting back to somewhere that they can thrive is just giving them the tools to do that. Gives somebody life, and you can't take that.
Yeah, that is very cool to see them raising so much money and so many from right in this area giving back to help out a great cause.
Oh yeah, and going out there in the heat too to play.
Playing a little golf, you can think of worse ways to spend a Saturday.
We'll be right back with a final look at weather.
I see the uncertainty in people's eyes, but that only fuels me more. For me, it's more than a job, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to give you a healthy mouth.
You know, we've got a lot in common.
Thanks, Danica.
Right here.
Aspen Dental wants you to make a pit stop for our grand opening with free exams and x-rays for patients without insurance. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL because your mouth is our mission.
We're walking the streets delivering a simple message. Where there's smoke, there could be fire.
This is the start of a 5-year program with our partner, Kentucky Power, to install smoke detectors in local neighborhoods.
The smoke alarms are free. The only thing we ask is they let us show them how to use them.
Doesn't matter how cold it is outside, how early they got up that morning, or how far they've walked, they know that they've possibly saved a life.
We may be a power company, but the true power in our communities comes from our people.
I don't want to live with the uncertainties of Hep C.
Or wonder whether I should seek treatment.
I am ready.
Because today, there's Harvoni, a revolutionary treatment for the most common type of chronic hepatitis C. Harvoni is proven to cure up to 99% of patients who've had no prior treatment. It transformed treatment as the first cure that's one pill once a day for 12 weeks. Certain patients can be cured with just 8 weeks of Harvoni. Harvoni is a simple treatment regimen that's been prescribed to more than 250,000 patients. Tell your doctor if you've had a liver transplant, other liver or kidney problems, HIV, or any other medical conditions, and about all the medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Harvoni may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects of Harvoni may include tiredness, headache, and weakness. I am ready to put Hep C behind me.
I am ready to be cured.
Are you ready? Ask your Hep C specialist if Harvoni is right for you.
All across America, families are coming back to Time Warner Cable for a whole new experience.
We came back for internet speeds so fast, even the kids are impressed. Oh, she's impressed.
We're catching up on movies and shows on demand just as fast as we can watch them.
TWC's home Wi-Fi is so strong, we can use all our devices at the same time.
Come back today. You'll get 100 meg internet, TV, phone, and more for $89.99 a month. And ask how you could get a $300 reward card. Call now.
Oh, Jello, America! You know what sounds better than me? Prime rib for $13.99. Bravo! Premium weekends at Golden Corral are making an encore performance. Slice into endless prime rib, carved teriyaki sirloin, premium jumbo butterfly shrimp, and glazed salmon. Dinner's just $13.99. All right, don't fiddle around. Let's eat. Premium weekends only at Golden Corral.
Tonight's Powerball jackpot is $203 million, and Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $390 million. We're not getting a break from the heat tomorrow.
And the temperature's close to that, too. It's pretty hot out there today and gets even hotter as we get into the day tomorrow. 94 is what I have for the actual air temperature But when you throw in the humidity into the equation, I think it'll feel closer to 100. Now, that doesn't mean the heat index is going to say it, but it means 99 is a possibility. Some of us could very well do it. But get into next week, we'll shake things up, take the rain chances out, actually dry up completely. And I'm talking about rain and humidity. We're going to be fantastic.
I'll believe it when I see it.
We just got to get there. That's the problem. There's too much steam in the way.
Thanks for joining us right here on WKYT. Hope you'll join us again at 11 o'clock tonight. We'll see you then.